Good morning, fellow YouTubers. This is my first time YouTubing, but won't be my last. I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on what I do to get ready in the morning on Sundays for Sunday's Best. So first, I've already prepped and primed my face. I will definitely put the details on what I use in it. I do like to use a lot of Bare Mineral products. I really like Bare Minerals. I know a lot of people out there may be a little bit sensitive to skin. So am I sometimes. And if you see me looking over that way, sometimes it's because my viewfinder is there. I'm still getting the hang of this, but we're going to get there. As I learn, you learn. But as I stated, I've already prepped and primed my face. The first thing that I will be starting off with today is going to be my MAC. Hopefully you can see it. Prep and prime. I have the peach color. It's Prep Prime Highlighter Peach Lustre. I'm going to go ahead and put this up under my eye. I just started using it yesterday and it's like so awesome. Oh my gosh. Alright, so let's put it a little bit. And I make funny faces as I go when I'm putting on my makeup, so please excuse that. But I pretty much just rub it on. And this is the color corrector I'm using to kind of get rid of my little puffiness that I normally have up in here. I don't know if you can see it, that line. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. And I do have a damp beauty blender I use. I promise you it's clean. It just looks like this. But and I'll go ahead and dampen into the skin. And just put a little bit more. I put some on as I go because I don't want to put too much on there at one time. So that is where I go back in. I hope my contacts don't mess with me today. Alright, so then I'm going to go ahead and get the other eye. And blend it in. A little bit more. Just for that base area right there. And blend that in. I don't know if you can see it, but to me I already see like a difference as far as the color correcting part. I'm going to put some concealer on there as well. Alright, and if you have any other dark spots that you may need to cover up, you can do so. Also, I'm looking to see if there's anything else I need to cover or correct, as you say. I know I have a little bit of, you know, woman mustache, so I'm going to try to cover up that a little bit. Hopefully you can hear me as I'm going to try to get rid of some of this woman mustache. With hiding it. And if you're messy, it's okay. You can always clean it up as you go when you're putting on your makeup. And I'm going to just blend it out. And this is like a damp beauty can't talk with it. Damp beauty blender, and you always want to have a damp beauty blender. I find that it works better than the dry. I don't know who would want to use the dry, but you damp it, or you can spray it with any fixed spray. And like I said, I add as I go, so if I see anything else I want to do to it, I definitely do. Blend that on in. Alrighty. Awesome. All right, so the next thing I do is I go in with my concealer. I gotta get some more too. I have the NARS Amande Medium to Dark 3. And it comes in a stick like this. Hopefully you can see it good. And I use this to conceal up under my eyes. I guess I need a little more in there, but we're going to work this morning. I don't really use a lot. Sometimes if I'm not using this, I'm also using the LA Pro Girl. It's really, really good stuff. And it has a color in there that kind of matches to this color, which I use, which is Almond. So if you're looking for a color to use, you can use Almond as well in the LA Girl Pro. I always get it mixed up with the words. But everything will be listed below if you want to know some of the things that I have used just this morning. We're going to get my words right. We definitely are. That way you can see for yourself as well, instead of all of my blumbled words. All right, I think I have it all. So now that that's in, I'm gonna also go in the bridge of my nose and highlight the forehead as well with the concealer. And I'm gonna put a little bit down here at the bottom and blend as well. Conceal here over the color corrector portion that I did. So that way it won't really too much show up. I like to put concealer over the top of the color corrector wherever I've placed it. Except for the cheek part, I just go back over it with the sponge with whatever product that I have on here from the concealer. That looks beautiful, like noir. And I go a little bit over my eyebrows. I've already did those with some products as well, and I will definitely list them below. All right, now that that's done, I go back in a little bit and go up under the eyes, and then I'm going to be using to set my product with the Sachia Buttercup setting powder. I really like this stuff too. Before I was using banana powder, and I like the banana powder too, but for a woman of color, I find that this to be really, really good for setting. So you'll see me use different ones sometimes depending on what I feel like that day. All right. I think that's good. All right. So, which is weird, but I dab a little bit inside the top, and I got this from Jaclyn Hill, which I kind of liked. I started using it as well, really like. But I dip it in there and press it into the skin under my eye. And I do it on both sides. Not baking quite yet. Just setting up under my eye. Cleaning that up because I went under my eye a little too deep on that side. Yeah. Funny faces. All right, now I'm going to go back in. Now that that's a little set, I'm going to go back in and do a little baking by adding a lot of the product instead of a little, so it can set and bake. Alright, so we're gonna let that bake. I like to clean as I go, so if you see me pausing doing some things, it's habit. Mom, thank you for teaching me cleanliness. Alright, so now that that's setting, I'm gonna start playing with my eyes. I've already prepped my face, or my eye, excuse me, with, this is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I like this one. I like a couple of other ones as well, but this one I like as well the most for now. And I'm using a generic eye color palette. Some of my makeups I get from drugstores or hair stores or different places right now. Like I said, when I grow, you grow. But I'll be using this color palette. It's Eyes, Lips, and Face. I can't remember who it's by. If I do find out, I'll definitely make you all aware. But I'm going to start off with my base shadow brush. I have this from Real Techniques. And as I stated, I'll list everything below, but I find this one to be rather soft, so I'm going to be using it for my base. And I'm going to be using my Too Faced chocolate bar, and it has these colors. For my base color, I'm using this one, which is, oop, don't give me the line. I'm not sure, it doesn't say, but I'll definitely let you know in the drop box, like I stated. Now that I have the base, I'm going to go in with a blender from Real Techniques, and this is the Deluxe Crease Brush. Love this brush. And I'm going to go in with this color there. Some people do one eye and then do the other, but for me, I do both, so I can make sure that I'm doing it correctly for both eyes and that they're matching. That's just me. All right. Then from that palette, I'm going to take a blue color, one of the blue colors, and probably that one. Use my finger. little messy, but hey, we'll clean it up. Alright, now that we have this in, we're going to do a little blending. And this one is an eye crease paupiere brush. It's kind of soft. I've had this a while. It's pretty much old, generic. And I just go in, do a little blending. Do a little blending. Get my crease brush back again. Come back in with that first color. Go back in with the first color. Alright. So to kind of clean that up, I use my medium eye shader to kind of get this out. Now dust. Dust it down into that area. And we'll get that all cleaned up. And I had earlier a concealer that the little brush I used and whatnot, a flat brush. I just used that. Alright, so I'm gonna finish up the eyes, but we're gonna get the items off of our face. And I'm using a Real Techniques contour brush. I just like it because it can flake off the product very easily, and it's very soft. All right. Now that I've gotten that off, go back to my eyes. And this is a generic Essence, well, it's actually Essence of Beauty brush. It's a blending and eyeshadow brush that I use. I had this a long time too. But getting off any excess, I'm gonna put this color here. Just like a whitish color in the top crease. All right. And this is my NYX matte liner. I like this liner. Never thought I'd like it. I'm going to go in. As I stated, I like to go on both sides to try to make sure that I have it. Let's clean that up. Excuse me with my mirror. It may not be perfect, but it is getting there. Sorry about my pink mirror being in the way. Alright, so that's in. Go back in with my creaser. Alright. And I love this Lash Sensational. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Love it. Love it. I'm going to be using that, but first, I don't want to get beside myself. I have, this is the Bare Minerals. It's the Golden Deep, an original SPF foundation. I'm going to use, this is the Sephora Pro Air Brush, number 55. I tap some into the cap. Get it mixed in there, tap off any excess, and I dab. Dab. And then I blend in circles. Get on my ear. On to my neckline. Clean up here. All right, now that I have that completed, alrighty, I think that's good. I'm gonna go, unless they get these eyes banging. I just love the way that it stretches out those eyelashes. Then I use one that I've had from another thing and to clean it up a little. And to get at the bottom. Oh, scary eyes. That's that one. Dip in on my second. Spoolie again. And you can use like one if you have ones that you use for your clients, like the ones that come in the pack to clean up, but I normally do this afterwards anyways. I just like it. I can manipulate the eyelashes how I want. I'm not really a big girl on lashes, fake lashes, so that's why I'll get there someday. I use something that's going to make mine appear to be fake. All right, now that that's done, let me clean up a little bit. Now for some more fun stuff. Contouring. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hill, can't talk again. Anastasia Beverly Hill contour kit, the medium to tan. And it has awesome colors. I got the wrong one the first time. I got the lighter one, not knowing the difference when I first started off. But basically, I dip it in this one, the darker color. Whichever one is the darker color, and I go on the outside of my face. And a little bit. And you notice I'm not rubbing, I'm pressing. I'll rub a little, but then I still go back in and press. Already. And put my lipstick on. Alrighty, so now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and let me just finish up this just a little bit. What you think? Cute? Oh no. Alright, so once that's finished with the contouring, I'm going to probably go back in again with the contouring a little bit, but I'm going to get my blush, which is by e.l.f., the blush palette. And these are the colors. Looks like it's light that are in there. And I'm probably going to use the pink color today. Or either this. Probably. I'll use this one. And I'm going on the top of the contour and patting. Alright, I think I'm going to go in and put a little bit of this like peaches pink color in there. Just to make it pop some, you get me? So yeah, put that in there. And again, that was like the peaches color here. And basically you can use what brushes you like, whatever you find easiest for yourself to use. I just have a little bit of everything. This was like a generic brushes that I got off wish.com. I like it for the angle portion of it, that it helps me get where I need to put the product or my new skin. Alright, so I think that looks good. Awesome. I have my little mini mirror here too. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of my Becca shimmering skin protector. This one is in the Champagne Pop. One stay open for me. I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna take about 2 fingers. I don't know if you can see that color good. So pretty and rich, so pretty and rich. And I just dab with that, but then take my, dab it on this side. Put it on my nose, up in that area. And I take that same brush that I was using, the angle brush, and I'm going to get up in there for you in just a second. Alright, and I get the same way with the tapping. I do that with, and this side. Kind of working it in the skin, letting it find the deposit area. Clean this up a little bit. I don't want to appear to be too shiny. I'm going to take it round just a little bit. Yes. Getting there. Learning different techniques. I have a lot that I use, not just on myself, but others that I do makeup for. But it's never too late to continue to perfect what you're learning and what you're doing. You always want to continue to educate yourself, and that's what I'm doing for myself. I'm educating myself, getting myself to the point where I become beyond just being a professional, if that sounds right. I'm making sure I'm not going out the camera. All right. And I always go back in with my 55 brush from Sephora just to make sure that I don't have any excess of anything hanging out. Because I hate looking at somebody and I'm like, oh, it's a lot. She still have some that's not blended in. So I try to blend as best as I can. All right, let's get them lips popping. And with the lips, normally I use my Burts beads to kind of put on the top of my lips. And I will be using the Vivid Matte Liquid by Mabeline. Oh, I love this stuff. I got it the other day, and and this one is the number 20 Electric Pink. I don't know if you can see it good. I'll put it in the bottom. But I'll put on my Burt's beads first to avoid chapped lips. I don't really use much, I don't use any liner for this. It's already so pretty, I don't want to make it darker or anything of that nature, or putting anything in it to change the color of its nature. So I kind of create my own liner. And this is going to turn into like a matte type color. And if you need to clean up anything as you go, any type of, I normally use my concealer thing that I used earlier. I broke it, but, and I go back in, the concealer brush is flat tipped. and just clean it up. You see I'm giving y'all sexy eye, right? I'm going to show you the complete look once I'm finished as well and dressed. Hopefully I can get some good pictures. Alright. So, this is but I appreciate you guys and enjoying my first video that I'm doing with YouTube. Hopefully you like it. Make sure you like it. And also subscribe to me. I'll do videos upon request as well, depending, as well as also other things going forward. So I appreciate your time and I appreciate you taking a look at my video today. And I hope you have a great day.